Hello. So I'm going to be talking about how to make value out of waste. So we're talking about Barry and Swati. We're going to take two people and narrate our story through that. But before we get started, let me take you a little bit through their background. Barry is a Britisher. He's 9 years of age. Swati is Indian. She's also 9. What do you think is common between them? Other than the age, the fact that they've both led a very fulfilling life and are now retired. Yep, you heard me right. They're now retired at age 9 and they're totally dreading it. Barry and Swati in deep conversation. Barry, hey Swati, what are your retirement plans? Swati, what plans? I'm headed to the incinerator. Barry, no kidding. The way things are going, I'm pretty sure that's exactly where I'll also end up. Swati, I just don't want to go there. Barry, I don't either, but do you think I have an option? Do I have a choice? I still feel there's a lot of life left in me. Swati imagines a new kind of place. Swati ponders, what if there's a place where they take in retired folk from all walks of life and treat them like rock stars? Barry, you're kidding me. Don't be so naive. The world's a cruel place and nothing like that really exists. Ravi joins in. A third voice from the back. Don't lose hope, you two, said Ravi, a 30-year-old Indian. Ravi continues. Our friend Samir often talks about a community exactly like the one Swati is imagining. Swati, really? Ravi, yes. Barry, who are these guys and what are they exactly about? Ravi explains. Well, there are a handful of such communities in the world. The one that I'm talking about is jaggery. Barry, jaggery like the raw sugarcane jaggery? No, not that one. Jaggery like the jaggery bags jaggery. They're like a retirement home for folk who've already led a first life. They fuse a new lease of life into old people. Swati, that sounds so cool. Tell me more about them. Ravi, sure, Swati. This is a great opportunity for me to introduce Gautam to you, the founder of Jaggery Bags. Ravi introduces Gautam. Gautam shares his background. Thanks, Ravi. Before we jump into Jaggery, I'll quickly share my background with you. I'm an architect who, over the years, has diversified into creative fields like film, design, and fashion. I'm essentially a Delhi boy from JNU who went to Pune University for his bachelor's in architecture. Like most kids growing up in the 80s and 90s in India, I too wanted to live the American dream. So, after completing my bachelor's in the US, I ended up after completing my bachelor's in India, I ended up moving to the US to pursue my master's in fine arts in design and media studies. Following this, I kind of stayed back for a few years and wanted to get some professional experience in New York. And after about a decade of exploring the New York design scene, I relocated to Gurgaon in the summer of 2010. Now, coming back to the point on hand, what exactly is Jaggery? So I founded Jaggery in 2015 with two other waste warriors. We see Jaggery as a vision that was upcycled into a brand, a world without waste. We essentially create products with high quality upcycled materials that have already led a first life. Now I'll talk a little bit about the key attributes of Jaggery. We are essentially a women-led organization that's founded on the principles of fair trade, environmental consciousness, and circular economy. We work with pre-loved materials. We work with such materials as old car seat belts, ex-army canvas, cargo lashing belts, and craft-led materials like kantha, pattu, and cane weaving, which I'm sure all of us have encountered at some point or the other. The process that we follow is such that, there's a sourcing component to our piece. We'll take the case of cargo belts and sort of expound on that and demonstrate how the process unfolds at Jaggery. Once the materials are sourced and cleaned, we bring them to our workshop where they're deconstructed into products that fit into our everyday life, like laptop bags, messenger bags, mobile covers, kids' furniture like small chairs and tables. I'll talk a little bit about the idea and inspiration behind Jaggery. One of the main components is home style upcycling. First, growing up in India, where we hardly wasted things in the 80s, 90s, not that that situation's changed too much now, made a lasting impression on me in my growing years. Old pickle jars would be converted into spice containers. Old curtains would be, redesigned and deconstructed into reusable shopping bags. And that's actually en vogue now. You see a lot of hue and cry about people, talking about reusable bags. So that practice has actually been very prevalent in India for a while. Another important aspect was the time that I spent in Auroville, which is a sustainable community, international township in South India, where people from over 50 nationalities live and work towards creating a more sustainable future. So out there, the time that I spent, we would work with locally available materials like red soil and make compressed brick blocks out of those. And those houses would, to borrow a technology that is used to bake cakes, was applied to houses. So we would make compressed mud block buildings, fill them up with dry haystack, and essentially bake the house. So this very aspect kind of stayed with me throughout my career. And it would be right to say that the spirit of experimentation got ingrained in me in Auroville. Then the time that I spent in New York working as a creative director with a Fortune 100 company really, colored my perception about, what is it that's global and what is it that's local. There are people from all countries who live in New York, and in the New York City boroughs, I think that's where the life's most important lesson was sort of unfolding on me, inadvertently. Last but not least would be the topic of climate change, which is very dear to all of us now. See, pollution levels in Delhi are breaking all records. Venice, as we know, is flooding. Maldives are sinking. Entire species of bees are being wiped away. Fashion, as it turns out, is the second most polluting industry in the world after big oil. Consider this. 200 liters of water is used to manufacture one simple t-shirt that we wear. And this is enough water to sustain one person's drinking needs for 2 years. Consider the next fact. 10,000 liters of water is used to manufacture one pair of jeans, right? That we typically just use for a season or two and then just throw it away. That is the amount of water that's needed for a family of 5 to sustain themselves for 2 years. So, bringing all these sort of disparate entities together, by now I'm sure you would have figured out that the 9-year-old Barry is essentially a cargo lashing belt. Swati is an old sari. Veteran Ravi is an old shirt, and his friend of 2 years old is an old pair of denims. With the second life that we infused into them, they're all living happily ever after. So that's pretty much the message that I wanted to leave with you. In conclusion, if you have a Jack or a George lying around at home that you're bored with, and you don't want to send him to the wasteland, you too could set up a old people's retirement home and fuse a second lease of life into them. And with that, I'd like to say thank you and happy upcycling.